So we're kind of evolving into some fun routines. Thursday evening has turned out to be late night. So there's a group of artists that come in and we um, order pizza and listen to music and drink some beer, maybe some wine, and enjoy our time together. And another thing that has evolved is a musical event on Sunday afternoons, which is from 1 o'clock till 5 o'clock. And the first one we put together, we wanted to warm up the glass house with just beautiful sounds from different cultures, different bands around the world. And you can see our first video, which was beautiful. And our second Sunday, again, we had a very fun crowd of energetic people in. And we repeated something that we did the first Sunday, which was shout outs to anybody around the world that anybody that is in the glass house would like to talk to. Because with Toronto being so diverse with so many different communities, and the world now joining us on the Glass House project with artists that are flying in from several parts around the world, we want to celebrate that every Sunday. So we've opened the doors for a musical Sunday, which will be continuous. And we've also added one other aspect of Sundays, which is everybody bring just a small appetizer dish from their country of origin, some food that would be celebrated from their home. And with the combination of having the artists in the house, it's a weekly celebration now. The music is growing every week with more people wanting to come in. I'd like to put an invitation out to any bands that would like to come over. Set up and play. You can do one song or you can do a whole hour's worth. Everybody's welcome to join us. And everybody that comes to the party this weekend, we're actually having a Christmas party. So we're going to have our Christmas tree up, and thanks to our lovely friends at IKEA, we have the most amazing, beautiful Christmas decorations that we're going to be using. But we invite you as well if you wanted to bring a small glass Christmas decoration. That would be fantastic. So I think I'll go back to talking about maybe a bit of an overview of what the Glass House Project is. My phone's ringing. Sure. The Glass House Project actually has some very special meanings to it. What we're doing is we're collectively getting a group of artists working together and layering their art on top of each other, and blending together, and creating an atmosphere of really true love. The feeling that people have when they're in this gallery is very warm and very inviting. Now, all of these artists are working together because we're fundraising. And what I mean by that is when the Glass House Gallery is finished, we'll be open to the public, and there will never be any charge for anything that we offer here. But what we will be hoping for and accepting is gratitudes of people appreciating the art that has been put together. And we're going to be collecting these gratitudes and supporting HIV/AIDS education awareness and direct help to every community that we take the Glass House Project to. So in Toronto, there's a very special place that I have a personal relationship to, because I moved to Toronto 23 years ago, and going through the late 80s, early 90s, unfortunately, the gay community was hit very hard with HIV/AIDS. It was completely misunderstood. A lot of paranoia, a lot of prejudice, and a lot of death. And this special home called the Casey House, my best friend Ken Weiss passed away there, and it couldn't have been a more beautiful place for him to pass over. And shortly after my partner John Hooper passed away, in my arms at home. But I took a bereavement class at the Casey House, and it really helped me put things back into perspective on the rights and the wrongs of that whole time period that we're going through. So years and years later, unfortunately, the rise of HIV is still on the go. We just had statistics come out from World AIDS Day a couple of days ago, and the numbers are very poor, very grim. Women, children, Africa is completely out of control. And even locally here, there's a backlash from the gay community itself of gay men that are 40 and 50 years old that are so sick and tired of HIV and AIDS that they're not even having safe sex anymore, and they're all converting over now because they just don't care. We need to have more love, more compassion, and more understanding for HIV. Just recently, the wife of the president in France has spoken very loudly and very clearly. Thank you for speaking out. And she has said that she would like to support any group globally that is doing something towards perhaps the cure for HIV, or just the caring aspect of helping people that have HIV/AIDS. So many people help in so many ways. One of the artists that has worked in the house and donated some of her work sends 24 quilts every February to grandmothers in Africa that are raising their grandchildren, because all of these grandchildren have no parents anymore. And that's just one very small thing that one person does, but when you add all of that up together and you have hundreds and thousands of people that want to collectively help. Our artists are very sensitive people, very beautiful people, and have more understanding, I think, than other types of groups of people. And the Glass House project is going to open up a gallery in every large center in time around the world. And these galleries are permanent living galleries to celebrate life and to help other people that are facing death. So a living gallery, to me, is a place where when you walk in, you see artists working, and it's interactive and you can talk to them. And a living gallery is having a fun night on Thursday evening because people want to get together and celebrate just the energy of doing artwork. And doing shout-outs, like free shout-outs to anybody around the world in the language that you want to talk to, because maybe you can't afford long distance. But our Glass House Communications will always be open for anybody that wants to join us on Sundays. And although we've only had 2 Sunday musical afternoon events, I think we've had maybe 20 different languages spoke, 20 different families talking to each other, and 20 different people that have already experienced collectively what can happen in the beautiful gallery of 2,500 square feet of energy that actually works and energy that's positive. So that's a bit about the Glass House project.